What's up, YouTube? Talking about Turtle Island. Turtle Island is a name for Earth or North America used by some indigenous peoples as well as some indigenous rights activists. The name is based on a common North American indigenous creation story. Some cultures say it's the same as North America. Got some ancient artwork, show you that, this shit predates date. That's the overall image of how they got to call it Turtle Island. So that's a big question. The satellite view of North America. How did the ancestors know America looked like a turtle? Just how would you even put that together? No satellite, no surveillance of the land. How would you know? How would you correlate that? This goes back to I'm not even going to try to say that tribe creation story, but just a little bit of history on it. Let's get into it.
I'm excited to see how much the principles and even the structure of American government was inspired by the native Iroquois. But I'm also curious if the founding fathers were equally influenced by the Iroquois' own stories about having extraterrestrial origins. What can you tell me about Sky Woman?
The Sky Woman is part of the Iroquois Haudenosaunee creation story. There's a world in the sky, and she falls down towards the earth, which is covered with water, and then a giant turtle rises up to catch her. And that land is what Haudenosaunee people call Turtle Island, which is North America. If you look at a map of North America looks like a turtle. Mexico down to Panama is the tail. Florida is one back leg. Baja California is the other back leg. The front leg is Alaska, and the other front leg is up near Labrador. And the turtle is kind of like that. And it's interesting that you would have a creation story and a recognition that North America looked like that without satellites in those days.
You just took the words out of my mouth. It's fascinating to hear that a turtle figures into this Iroquois creation story because in ancient cultures all over the world you can find origin stories that begin with a cosmic turtle. Now, in the case of the Iroquois, it is said that a giant turtle rose up to catch the Sky Woman. But could this really be a reference to some kind of spacecraft? But even if the turtle in the story is only referring to the shape of North America, that's just as incredible. Because how would ancient Native Americans have had any idea about the shape of the continent unless they could see it from space?
Doing you wrong will face their demise. Who are you? Who are you to make nations and countries and governments conspire to turn maps upside down to hide truth from you? Who are you? You got to think about that. Who are you to the point that they will lie in books globally? Who are you to the point that they would spend trillions and billions of dollars to confuse you, to deny you your truth about who you are? Who are you? What is the mystery behind your identity to the point that globalists, governments around the world will conspire together in secrecy to keep you blind to who you are? You must be something mighty, mighty powerful. You must be something mighty, mighty powerful for the whole world to be in on your demise, for the whole world to be in on your agreement of extermination. Who are you? I tell you who you are. You are the children of the descendants that the greatest crime on this planet has been committed against. You are the children who are the owners of the greatest landmass on this planet. You are the children that have survived an atrocity that no one wants to speak of. Who are you? You are the indigenous aboriginals, the owners of Turtle Island, the descendants of the ancient ones. That's who you are. And those who have done you wrong will face their demise. Who?
What do you do with all of this written literature and history that says that Abubakar II of Mali sent 200 ships to the west? One came back and said they were afraid that the others disappeared. And then to have Balboa find this village that looks just like Mali, where he was, what do you do with this information? You ignore it. You ignore it. Why? To preserve the myth of white superiority. That's what our whole educational process is devoted to. What do you do with this whole history? This is a written history, my dear. Written. I'm not talking about hearsay. I'm not talking about a griot said this. I'm not talking about something handed down from one generation to the other through voice. I'm talking about written history.
Black people in America, Turtle Island are Indians. You have no descent to Africa.
A native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper-colored races found by the Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America, which is a fact. Somehow, y'all have stolen our identity and continue to try to expand across the globe. When images like this and actual documentation where you can go see what people were listed as ethnically, you have no excuse to keep calling people the original people of this land when they've been proven several times to have not been the original people of the land. Am I the only person who remembers in elementary school hearing about the so-called Native Americans coming over here over on an ice bridge? The movie Ice Age was literally about them traveling across the ice bridge and losing their baby, and that's how the baby got involved with the animals. Because they're not indigenous to this. A native of America, originally.
Yeah. Rise of the Americans. I need you. American Indian. Blood lies hand. Momieka Tyra B. Fof Bobe.
海賊は肉で宴をやるけど
Now, what did I tell you about going through my things? Now, what did you find? Now, what did you find? You're home. Now, what did you find? You're home. Now, what did you find? You're home. You're home. Now, what did you find? 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 What did you find?
What did you find?
Today we're going to be reviewing some art of how the indigenous people of the Americas drew themselves. This is how they saw themselves. Look at him with his beautiful dark copper-colored skin. But check out homeboy to the left with locks. This is why they said that when they came here, our hair was hanging to the ground in some cases, because of our locks. Now look at mama in her gorgeous outfit off the shoulders, and she curvy. She has got beautiful thick lips. Look at her nose. And who else wears chunky earrings with a head wrap? Okay, now over to homeboy. Okay, looking like DL Hughley. And his hair, only black people hair, when you braid it, does it stick out like that. So this is all I'm saying. What are we really looking at? Today we're going to be reviewing.
Found another piece of the puzzle.
I found another clue, family. I found another clue. Go check this book out. It's called Killers of the Flower Moon. The Osage Tribe Murders. Shall I say it again? The Osage Tribe Murders and the Birth of the FBI. Go check this book out. This shows you how they stole our lineage. They didn't just do the Dawes roles. They also went around marrying into our families, and then they would
Can I be for real? Baby, can we talk?
unalive the people they married and take over the lineage and remarry their own kind, and that's how you got a lot of
This is how they stole a lot of
Native
ancient
Americans.
melanated Americans' lineages.
It's just all clues to the whole puzzle. More pieces to the puzzle.
Aborigines, which means what? Black folks. But you never find a white aborigine. Rather, aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are aborigines, but you don't like to be called an aborigine. You want to be called an American. Aborigine actually means from the beginning. It's two Latin words. Ab meaning from, origine meaning the beginning. Ab meaning from, origine meaning the beginning. Ab meaning from, origine.
No, but here's the thing. The Indian is supposed to be the Native American.
Right.
But this is not India. Moors are Native Americans. But
Native American? She darker than me. And that's also what they don't tell y'all. When they came to California, when Queen Califia was ruling the shit, everybody was dark as fuck, so black they were almost blue, indigo blue.
Black people are Native Americans. You know, we've had, a lot of proof that, some of us started here in this land. Everybody wasn't brought over from Africa. So, we have to, like you say, unpack all of that and try to, find the true lineage of people in this country, because some, I used to tease family members who would say, I got a little Indian in me. I would think they didn't want to be all the way black. But when I really do the research, a lot of them did have a little Indian in them. So, it's one of those things where, we want to be counted on all levels, not just, through slave ships.